If you want to support the predator poachers catching the sickest both near and far, go to the pinned comment. If you're on Rumble, press the red join button to see over 30 videos early and uncensored for only $10 a month. We can't do this without your help, so join our locals.
This channel is a group of investigative journalists who make educational documentaries showcasing and educating society, especially parents and legal guardians, about potential scenarios that result from young people and adults conversating online if left unchecked. We conduct thorough interviews with consenting adults in an attempt to understand their perspective on why they partake in these conversations online with people that are not of age. The goal of the interviews in these videos and the videos themselves is to gain an understanding of the perspective of the individual being interviewed, so parents and the rest of society can be educated and aware of potential thought processes and desires of adults online to unsupervised persons not of age. These videos are not to cyberbully, harass, degrade, accuse, or threaten any individuals partaking in the interview process or in the video itself. We do not condone any of these actions. These videos are strictly educational, and we grant full permission for academia, which is any classroom setting or in scholarly papers, to show or cite our videos. To ensure that these videos are strictly used for educational purposes, we strictly adhere to YouTube's community guidelines, such as not revealing someone's personally identifiable information, in other words, PII. YouTube defines personally identifiable information as their home address, email addresses, signing credentials, phone numbers, passport number, medical records, or bank account information. We thoroughly look at and edit our videos to ensure that none of this information about any individual is shown in our videos. To ensure extra privacy for each person that is a subject of an interview in any of our videos, as of September 1st, 2022, to thoroughly comply with YouTube's harassment and bullying policy, there will be no mention or information about the last name or first name of any person interviewed in our videos. Due to potentially illegal activities discussed in our videos, law enforcement in the respective jurisdiction we conduct these interviews in is notified of each interview and video filmed by us. We are not accusing any individual interviewed of being guilty or committing a crime. That is the job of law enforcement. We are not vigilantes, and we do not condone vigilantism or vigilante behavior, such as taking the law into your own hand or not notifying law enforcement when a suspected crime takes place. We are investigative journalists. Trigger warning. Some of what can be discussed in these videos can be sensitive to some, emotional, or stressful. The only goal of these videos is to educate the public. At the end of each video, as of September 1st, 2022, there will be an educational portion at the end to discuss what was talked about in the video and to discuss what people can take from that video and learn from and tell others about. Our goal here is to bring awareness and educate the public. Now the video will start.
How's it going? Is there an owl here?
Yeah.
Got a package for him?
He's in the camper.
Okay.
Camper right over there. See where the rebel flag is?
Yeah.
There's a camper right over there. Okay. Knock on that
Okay,
door.
got it.
Sometimes he answers, sometimes he doesn't.
Got it.
Unless somebody can sign for it.
Yeah, he has to sign for it. You all like his relatives or something, or?
Well, I'm just one of their. I'm his stepdaughter's boyfriend.
Got it.
I'm here all the time, anyways.
Got it.
The luxury is that there is some work company.
Got it. No problem.
Farmhouse.
Hey, Al? You got a package here, man.
How's it going?
All right.
Gordon, nice to meet you.
May I ask what this is?
Yep. It's about some messages to Emily on Facebook. We should probably go over. Do you want to go talk over there about it? Sorry to meet you like this. I didn't tell your family anything or anything like that. But yeah, it's just about that girl that was hitting you up on Facebook. You know which one I'm talking about, Emily. Ring a bell.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
And when I actually found out that she was really younger
Oh,
than what she was, okay, that's when I could cut off all contact. I haven't responded to her.
Sure.
Nothing.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
I don't want nothing to do with her. We haven't gone around her, haven't even Doesn't.
Okay. How old did you find out she was?
When I finally found out the truth of how old she was, she was like 13.
Okay. Yeah, that's
and
about
I
right.
was like, I cut contact, no response, no nothing.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. When did she tell you that she was 13?
I don't remember how long ago it was. Last time I spoke to her, she was asking me about coming to visit.
Oh, really?
It's like, let me make sure on this. How old are you for sure?
Uh-huh.
And that's when she told me she was 13. I was like,
Okay.
I'm not going around her.
Fair enough. You were a Desert Storm veteran?
Yes, sir.
Well, thanks for your service, man. Do you work now, or are you retired, or?
Retired.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your service to this country. Just want to get this all cleared up here, but that's good to know. So she ended up saying she was a little bit too young. That's fair. So, I mean, I got to ask, like, how common is it for like girls around her age to try to talk to older men like this?
From what I'm catching pretty much on Facebook, it's real common.
What?
Yes.
How many of these girls, Emily's, have tried to talk to you and talk that type of talk with you? Like, is it...
I've gotten requests from people that I haven't even responded to at all.
But that like look young and damn, dude, that's nuts. Any other apps you know of where these like young girls try to congregate and just do their stuff on there?
I really don't get onto a whole lot of social media.
Okay, that's good.
Because of running into stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Has that just kind of been a thing? Like you're on some app and then they just this type of pops up and you have to get off there? Oh,
I do. I just
that makes
walk away
sense.
from it.
Yeah, fair enough. That's the right thing to do. Yeah, social media is a cesspool. I'm sure Iraq is probably less gross than that, right?
Yeah.
How was I didn't read the whole thing. I'm a college dropout. I hate reading it. How was she trying to talk to you, this Emily?
Just wanting me to come hang out, come visit, come be friends and meet up. And
where's she from?
well, she said she was from Hillsdale.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So not too far. Fair enough. So some of the messages here, would it make sense that y'all started talking like in April or something like that?
I don't remember exactly when it was.
Okay. Did Emily like try to kind of like flirt with you or get a little bit risque with you at all?
She would make comments as we could do whatever you want to go do. We can hang out, stuff like that. But
okay. Yeah, because I gotta add, because you know, obviously, if you didn't know her age, I mean, that's totally fine to kind of say some of the stuff that was said, because that's a big difference versus knowing. You know what I mean? I do have to ask though. There was some stuff said her way, like, can we talk, become friends, maybe even close friends? There seemed to be some talk about telling her that, you know, there's interest in like kissing her and all that type of stuff.
that was before I found out her true age.
Okay, got it. Was she so did she ever get like sexual with you, or was there like sexual talk?
Not as actual physical sexual talk, no. But not that I ever caught on to.
Okay. Did maybe you say things to her before you knew her age that were sexual?
Kind of in a way, it's flirting and suit.
Yeah, just internet talk.
Right.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, just stuff like, I want to hold your hand everywhere we walk, blah, 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 blah. Did she ever say that she had a boyfriend before or anything like that?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I really don't remember.
Fair enough. Here was said, all cute, I would really like to be your first boyfriend. Emily, would you be my girlfriend for real, seriously?
Like I said, I really didn't. Just chit chatting, getting to know somebody, stuff like that. But so, like I said, as soon as I really found out for a fact
of her age, you kind of pulled away from that?
Yeah, I haven't spoke to her since.
Fair enough. Did y'all talk on a Telegram at all?
I don't remember talking to her on any Telegram or anything.
Okay.
I don't recall.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But you know how many fake profiles are out there that...
It could be the case. Yeah. No, I was just asking because I don't have any Telegram messages with y'all. Do you have a Telegram?
I have one, but I don't ever hardly use it.
Okay. Why is
It's
that?
something, huh?
Why is that?
Because of the common, just fake people.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever seen, have people posted like weird stuff on Telegram with people like Emily's age that you had to like kind of back away from?
Like I said, I really don't get on there very often. It's just when you go to talk to somebody and first few conversations they want to ask for money or ask for this or that, I just walk away from them.
Got it, man. God, there's enough scammers as it is. They're all online too. Crazy. Well, y'all got a really nice property here. Is this like your family or is this like?
Friends of the family.
Yeah. Well, if the doomsday happens, if Kamala gets in office, I know to come here and, how many acres do y'all own?
Right now it's just this right up here.
It's not bad. Do y'all I see y'all do chickens. Do y'all grow y'all's own food here too, or?
No, not this year. We haven't.
Got it. Well, dude, it's super nice. You don't really see. Are you from Texas originally?
Yes.
Where at in Texas?
Originally from the DFW area.
Okay. You know where Burleson is, right? Mm-hmm. Yep, that's where I'm from originally.
Okay, I was just northwest of you. Burleson is south of Fort Worth.
Yeah.
I was just northwest of Fort Worth.
Haltom City?
Further out countries.
Okay, Weatherford? No, that's not.
Right out that direction.
Okay, what brought you up here?
Actually, my mom's side of the family's from up here, and my mom just passed away a few years ago, and I just had to get out of the area.
Okay, got it. Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I like the weather up here better, but man, I mean, the people here kind of. I mean, not y'all, but just.
Yeah, you got some real winners up here.
Yeah.
But you run into that just about everywhere.
Yeah, fair enough. Looks like you'll have a good little community here, though. That's what matters. How many people live on this property? I gotta ask.
Not my place to.
Got it.
So.
But like multiple families here, just.
There's 2 households here, plus I live in my camper.
Yeah, no, it's nice. Definitely props to y'all. That's what we need more of in this country. Just communities kind of coming together like that. Okay, so there was some talk here. I'm just asking you about it. Obviously, I know you don't have any ill will or anything, but here we sit on your end. Then I start nibbling and on your ear and neck. Would you stop me if I start to slide your cover shirt off? And there was talk about kind of taking her and all of that type of stuff.
That was, from what I was being understood, was just in conversational role play. It wasn't, and when I found out that she was actually that young, that's when I stopped communication.
Okay. So what was the thing that made you find out she was that young?
She wanted me to come meet her in person, and I asked her, wanted to know for sure what her actual...
Okay. So you basically asked her to like clarify again? Okay. So did she, and again, like people can say whatever they want to say online, it's the internet, but did at one point she tell you she was like a younger lady under 18? Then when she's like, I want to meet you in person, she tells you that again, and that's when you were kind of convinced?
Right. We were talking to just, we were playing around just, but before I would meet her in person, I wanted to verify her age.
Okay.
I didn't want to get trapped into something, and when I actually found out.
Sure, so you're like double checking. That's fair. That's totally respectable. Because I wanted to ask, because, obviously hear you message first saying, hi, I'm Al, thanks for the friend request, nice to meet you, no problem with that. And then she says here immediately, I'm 11. And I get not remembering her age months ago, 11, 13, same. But then you said, that's okay, I don't mind if it's okay with you. So she told you that at the very beginning, that she was
Right. The conversation we had that you're not getting the rest of, apparently, was talking about role playing and...
Okay. So do you remember saying she was 11 and maybe thinking she was like role playing or something like that?
I thought she was... But... When I actually asked her, apparently you read it, she asked me to come meet her.
Yeah.
And I confirmed, okay, tell me the truth.
Okay. So basically, just to get this right, she tells you she's 11, doesn't really matter to you because just internet talk, but then when it's time to come meet, she tells you she's underage again, that's when you're like, that. Is that kind of accurate?
Correct.
Okay, that makes sense, no problem. Did she ever send you any, like, photos or anything like that?
Not that I received.
Okay.
Not that I received.
No, I was just asking, I don't know.
A couple of generic pictures, but nothing explicit at all.
Okay. Was anything sent to her that was explicit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I do want to ask, because obviously you're somebody who just role plays and kind of just around online, as does 90% of men, you know, but have from what it looks like, a lot of these role playing, or let me ask this: how many females have tried to role play with you by saying they were underage? That happened to me a few times too.
It actually, they'll start to say they're one, and then we'll get into talking, and they'll say, well, we'll play whatever. So as far as a number, I couldn't.
Okay, but it just kind of happens sometimes.
Every now and then, yeah.
Okay, so they just play a game with you where they're like, "Oh, I'm underage," and then you'll just get to some talking and all that type of stuff.
Could've.
Say again. Okay. Do any of these and I just have to ask, because, you know, I know at this point, obviously, you're not out there taking photos of kids or anything like that. It's not your gig or what you do. But, I mean, you're a veteran. You're obviously a protector of children and all that type of stuff. From what it looks like, there's been some people online that have kind of probably been on the bad side of things, that have tried to talk to you. And I don't mean like scammers. I don't mean like kids. I mean, just maybe, like, have adults tried to bring up sexual themes to you about younger people? Like, have they tried to say, hey, interested in this stuff, and you had to maybe say no, or just say what the f
Ask
is?
who those people are that are also in the vehicle taking photos.
Well, that's for safety reasons, because I'm on private property, and...
Oh, well, I could understand that, but I'm not posing any threat. Nobody else is posing any threat. There's no need for the photos.
Well, if it makes you more comfortable, we can kind of rotate so your face is just away from it.
At this point in time, who are you with?
Well, it's a group called Kid Protectors USA. We just make sure kids don't talk to adults, adults don't talk to kids, and all that.
Then I understand where you're coming from. Mm-hmm. And I've told you that I've cut contact with her and not responding to her anymore.
Yep.
And now I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Okay, well...
I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm uncomfortable with them over there doing stuff unapproved and trying to sneak it. So
okay.
I would please respectfully ask you to leave.
We can do that. I would.
I'm not trying to be rude.
No, I understand. No, you've been great.
I'm a veteran. And not knowing makes me really.
Tell you, those cameras are not to put you on blast or anything like that. Those aren't.
It's just not being comfortable in my environment.
Yeah. Well,
so
I'll just tell you that those cameras are not to put you on blast. It's not to screw you over, because obviously, you know, if I was here to mess with you, I wouldn't even come to talk to you. You know what I mean?
I understood that.
So
I appreciate the respect and honesty, but I've gone beyond feeling comfortable with the conversation anymore.
Do you want to just kind of stand away, or?
I want to end the conversation.
That's fine. But I'm letting you know that I don't have to extend this olive branch to you either. Like, you know, I'm giving you the olive branch by saying, hey, we can just talk this out, make sure everything's safe and all that type of stuff.
Everything's safe. I don't want to talk to her anymore. I have nothing to do with her. I don't respond to her. Nothing anymore. So
right, but there's that, and that I appreciate that. You actually did the right thing with that, and, you know, you seem to do the right thing a lot, but, you know, you can't really control who associates with you online, and there seems to definitely have been some people who have tried to kind of loop you into some you probably didn't want to be a part of.
Well, that's why I have tried to stay off of social media. I found that to be a lot of times.
Right, because
so I cut.
Right, because they probably see some messages like this where you're role playing with somebody, but they probably think you're actually serious about that type of stuff, and then next thing you know, they think you're interested in kind of the younger ages, you know what I mean? And then they try to, I don't know, kind of bring that stuff up with you. I mean, Seems to have happened a decent amount of times.
Every now and then, a couple of times maybe, but I don't get on social media
Right.
much because of like that.
Right.
So I'm done with the conversation, and I appreciate but I can assure you that there's nothing needs to be worried about. Everybody is safe. There's no. So, I in fact will go in and I will check my phone and make sure that she is still blocked on all my ways, because I've even noticed that the same people will make 3 or 4 different
accounts.
So
Yeah.
I want to go in and make sure that everything is. But I have nothing else to say to.
No, I understand, but I do want to bring up though that forget talking about Emily. You did the right thing with her. I'm satisfied with whatever was said. I do want to bring up though. It looks to me that some of these either accounts pretending to be young or whatever, or adults. It looks to me that they've tried to send you kind of photos of that kind of younger stuff. And obviously, I know those aren't your photos that you took, because I didn't know that before coming here, but now I know there's no way that could have been you. But it looks to me that they've tried to say, hey, you're interested in these photos, they send it your way, and this and that. Seems to have happened a decent amount of times.
And when that happens, you'll notice I don't respond, or I'll block them, or I'll get away from them.
Right. Well,
I don't want any part of that. Yeah, but it happens. We all know it does.
Yeah.
And I just block it, and walk away.
Well, that's the thing. So you telling me that, I actually didn't know that, because all we can kind of see is like there's a photo of a young kid kind of sent, right? It doesn't show if you asked for it or not, if you didn't ask for it or not. It just shows that it was sent your way. But that's why I'm asking you about it, because I'm not going to write you off. I'm not going to write a veteran off who served his country and be like, oh, he just must have been into it. Obviously not, right? That's why I'm asking you about it. But may I ask, and again, I care more about the people taking the photos and sending them versus the people who are bored role-playing on Facebook. Obviously, you're not hurting anybody, right? Can I ask what apps they usually send these kind of young photos on, in your experience?
I've seen them coming on just about any social media you can come across.
Really?
Yeah. They'll say that they're one thing, and then all of a sudden you'll be talking to them, and oh, by the way.
They just send some pic.
Yep.
Got it.
And I don't want them doing none of that. I'll block them, or I'll keep going.
How do those pics make you feel?
Actually, it makes me mad, but like you said, how many fake profiles are out there? Who's to know what's real and what's not?
Why do the pics make you mad? Like what is it?
Just about kids.
Okay. So do you think those pictures are like hurting children, or the people taking them are?
My opinion, yeah, because they're doing that to begin with.
Fair enough.
I don't.
Got it. So I'm of course going to leave you out of it. So, but you've seen it on Facebook, I'm sure, right? Because that's kind of a big one. Has it popped up on Telegram too?
You keep pushing these. I'm asking you politely one last time. Can we end this conversation? Because you're trying to dig for stuff, and you've obviously already gotten your information about me.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm not asking about you anymore.
So I would appreciate it. It's making me uncomfortable with this situation, period, anymore. I've assured you that I'm not the one that's... Okay, so I'm going to end this conversation.
No, that's fine, but
so we need to...
Well, I just want to explain the context to you, because I'm the only one that can look at this objectively and think, okay, you're not the one doing this type of stuff, right? But obviously, just based on the messages and based on what these idiots have sent your way, people get the wrong idea about that. Obviously, you know that, right? So I'm here to kind of dispel that, get you separated from these people, because look, I promise you, whatever...
Well, I'll make you this promise. By the time you get out of here, every bit of that will be taken off, deleted. I don't need social media. And if that's the kind of it is all about, but I can't give you any more information than what I've given you.
Well, you kind of could, and I'm not saying you're hiding anything from me. You're not. You're just But you have kids of your own, right?
That's
Well, yeah, you do. There's kids on the property here.
that.
I don't think you're a threat to them at all. I obviously wouldn't have come here and talked to you if I thought that was the case. But it's about maybe identifying some of these kids that were kind of sent your way. You know what I mean? That's all I care about.
I don't have any way of giving you any information on it. Okay.
Right. Well, let me ask you, has it been mostly girls or boys or just girls or?
Here again, it's. I don't pay that close of attention to none of it.
I know, because you're not into it. But look, let me tell you this. I mean, you're a Desert Storm veteran. That happened because of, right? We've seen the videos.
No, it was before that.
I'm.
That was what.
You're right.
It was before that.
You're right. My fault. But regardless, because of overseas, right? And we've seen the videos of 9/11, right? We've seen that. It's not a pleasant video to watch, is it? It's not good to see. But that doesn't mean that you're for watching it. It just means that it was seen, right? That's all.
You're really starting to make my up right now, dude. Okay, I'm trying to be really polite, and if I can get your contact information, I will get back in touch with you, and we can do some more. But right now, I want to help in any way I can. Okay, but right now I'm just really starting to act up, man. Can I get some sort of contact information so I can get back in touch with you at a later time?
Well, I do want to give you that. Absolutely, for sure. All right. But, you know, I'm coming at you in good faith because I'm already giving you credit as none of those pictures were yours that were sent. Nobody else would look at it that way. They would just say, it's in the chat, it's your fault. You know what I mean? I'm already saying that's not your fault, and I'm already giving an exception because being bored and stupid on the internet is a whole lot different than just being evil. And you're obviously not evil. You wouldn't have served our country if you were. But, you know, I understand it's hard to talk about because you do care about kids, all right? And it's not something you condone with any of this type of stuff. But, you know, some people got to do the dirty work, and you're basically doing the dirty work. You might not be serving our country by doing it, but you're helping kids around the world, you know? Or if they're American, they're American. So,
Like I said, I'll do whatever I can to help, but
okay.
I need to get back in touch with you because right now I'm so uncomfortable that.
Yeah.
But I will get back in touch with you, and we can get together and see what we can do.
Well, I promise you, if we can just bang this out, I would be done in 5 minutes. Truly, like it could go so smoothly, and I promise you, the next thing I would do is just shake your hand. I would just leave, and you know, obviously, you know, if you go back in, I'm going to leave regardless, but I would just shake your hand, leave, and, you know, whatever info that you gave me, I'll take that to go find the actual bad guys. Because that's what I care about. I care about the real bad guys. Because you know how many people online are kind of like you, and they just come across them, and that just sends them. Dude, it happens to me too. I mean, just 2 days ago, I woke up to something, and that's why I'm asking about Telegram. Because I woke up to something on Telegram from some random account that I didn't even know. And it looks to be some picture of like a 16-year-old girl. And I was like, all right, get that off my phone. So that's why I'm asking about that. I'm not saying.
That's what I'm saying is I don't pay attention to that stuff. When they send stuff like that, I immediately block them and it's over.
Right.
I don't sit and.
Right. Yeah. I know you're not staring and analyzing, but I guess this is something that, without paying attention, that can be answered. And answering this would tell me that you're on the good side and that you're actually sincere about what I'm being told. Because I do think you're sincere, but this would kind of cement it. Have these sent like pictures or vids of that stuff, or has it kind of been both? I'm not saying you asked for it. I'm just saying, have they just spammed you with pics or videos, or kind of both?
Both.
Okay. Now, again, I'm not saying you liked it because we've seen the videos. I get it. But are these videos is it usually a kid by themselves or an adult with a kid, or?
I don't pay attention to them like that. I don't.
Okay.
When I realize what it is,
Right.
So I don't pay close enough attention when
Well, no, I get that, but that's a sincerity question, because if you can see what it is, you would know, is it like just a kid by themselves, or is it a kid with an adult, like, or has it kind of been both of these sent your way, or?
both.
Okay. And I hate to ask you this, and I hate to ask you to relive this, especially with, but how old do the kids typically look in these videos or pictures? Your best guess. I'm not saying there's a right answer, just your best guess.
Teenagers.
So 13, 14?
Older.
15, 16?
But you know how nowadays things are. Girls 12, 14 years old look 20. So
yeah.
As soon as I realize what it is, I block it and go away.
Okay.
So
I guess, yeah, because, dude, a 12-year-old can look 20. I guess the better question is, do these videos pretty much look under 18 sometimes?
It's not so much the look, it's what they say along with it.
Okay, so
they make comments about, got other ones like this, and then you go to look at it and you realize what it is and you back out.
Okay. So basically, it may not look that way, but they just say it's an under 18 video.
They don't even say anything about that. There's times they won't even, they'll just send it.
Okay.
Random, anybody, I've had people send them to me just that I don't even have on my, like you were saying.
Yeah.
So I don't pay attention to them.
Okay. But I guess, does it just look young enough that you just don't want to risk it?
To me, if they're not old enough to go buy a beer, then I don't want.
Okay.
I realize how young they look. I'll go.
Yeah, that's a good point. So this is kind of and again, this is just me telling you. I mean, you're obviously wanting to be honest with me, so I'll be honest with you. And this is not something I would tell people, but the way we kind of categorize it in our system is, you have an Android phone, right?
It's just a common Walmart phone.
Okay, so it's not an iPhone, is what I'm saying, right? So those are pretty easy to kind of detect, and kind of what we show is that anything from 15 to 18 that's kind of sent your way, it doesn't register in our system at all, because like you said, they can look 20 or vice versa. And stuff that's like 12 to 15 is kind of a yellow light, and stuff that's 9 to 12 is an orange light, stuff that's 5 to 9 is a red light, and stuff that's 0 to 5 is a dark red light. I can see, you can probably think that it gets darker the younger it goes. Makes some type of sense. And I don't think there's a lot of dark red lights that were sent your way. I didn't really see any of that, but we saw a good amount of yellows and oranges, which are kind of the 9 and up range. So I gotta ask, I know it's not too common, but I guess common enough if, bad are associating with you online. How often would you say they send something that's like in the 9 or 10 range that you just maybe had to be saying that?
Every now and then. It's not like it's every day or shit like that, but it.
So there's been some people sick enough that have tried to talk to you that have sent like 9 and 10-year-olds, you think?
I get all kinds of spam stuff. I don't, like I said, I don't pay. When I realize what they're sending me, I quit responding.
Okay.
So I don't go back and start asking questions or talk. I don't want anything to do with it.
Okay. I guess, but
it's not my fault if I.
No, that's exactly what I'm asking.
Not really. What I get, okay, isn't like it's constant or all the time.
Right.
And if I've got something in my phone that I don't know about, I'm not receiving. It's okay. I don't know, but when I do realize what it is, I don't respond. I block them, or I just.
Yeah, it's like I call it just fried pickles. You know what I mean? It's just slop. Right, but you know, I'll let you know, I definitely wouldn't be asking you and telling you about this if I thought that you were culpable in it. Like, I would obviously keep that hidden from you if I thought that you were culpable. Like say there was like another 11-year-old girl down the street that you were talking to, and I'm talking about Emily. I wouldn't tell you about that 11-year-old girl that I know about, but obviously you're not talking to another 11-year-old down the street. And the only reason I'm kind of telling you that, yeah, it looks like people have sent you kind of some garbage like that is because I trust you enough that I know you're not culpable in it. And see, there's a reason I asked you about Emily's chats. You telling me that it's role play and all of this, that made me comfortable enough to tell you, like, hey, these people are kind of sending you some stuff. Because if you just told me straight up with Emily that, oh man, I wanted to go meet this 11-year-old and, you know, I wanted to put my in her, then if you told me that, I wouldn't have told you about what they're sending you. Because I wouldn't have told, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't have been open with you about the other stuff. So I trust you enough that we're on the same team to where we can kind of turn this around and go attack those people who are kind of sending that garbage your way. So I guess let me ask this, because, you know, we're identifying stuff. Do you think they've sent anything that's been in the 0 to 5 range?
Not that I'm aware of, not that I have actually played. So
okay, do you anything where maybe you just see the picture of what it is and clicked off that was 0 to 5?
I've like somebody will pop up on my messages. I'll go ahead and open the chat, realize it's not somebody I know, and back out.
Okay.
So I don't.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know it's an uncomfortable situation. I'm just gonna ask you, we be a little bit more specific. Basically, I'm talking about pictures and videos of 0 to 5-year-olds. Like, do you think?
Not that I'm consciously aware of that I could say for sure that would did it.
Okay.
Because like I said, they'll pop up. I'll see it's somebody I don't know, and it's a weird video or something. I'll back out of it and.
Okay. What about in the 5 to 9 range? Like anything that was like maybe a 7 or 8-year-old that looked like one that you had to click off of? I'm
not paying that close of attention to, because if it's, like I said, if it's something I don't recognize, somebody I don't know, and it looks, I won't even view it or nothing.
Okay.
I just.
Right. I'm just saying the stuff that's, and I'm not saying I don't consider it viewing it to just see what it is and click off of it. But obviously, you know, if you tell me that somebody did send you that, I would try to ask, hey, who it is, what did the kid look like? Let's try to go after that account. You know what I'm saying? Because,
well, if it'll help, if I start getting more of them, I'll start keeping track of them and sending them your way.
Okay.
But I don't.
Right. Well, let me ask this. How often do you think on Facebook and some of these other apps or whatever, how often do you think these people try to send these underage videos your way or underage pictures? Like
every great once in a while, I may get one a month, if that, or sometimes it just, I don't.
Okay, so it's really not that common.
No, it's not like it's every day or once a week or nothing like that.
Okay.
And I'm not on my Facebook or on my every day or so.
Okay, so it's just once in a blue moon, so kind of like my situation. Somebody sends you something underage, and you're like, "That, I'm out." Okay, yeah, that's no shame in that. The videos they send, and again, I'm not saying that you watch every detail of it or anything like that. I mean, if I thought you did that, if I thought you watched it, do you think I'd be here talking to you right now? Obviously not, right? But from the small snippets of videos that you've kind of seen with this, and I'm telling you that because we can see how long a video is watched for, and we can kind of see when it's clicked on and all that type of stuff. So I wouldn't ask you something you wouldn't know. I'm not going to be unfair to you. What happens kind of in these videos typically with these kids?
Well, when I realize what is happening, what do you think would be happening?
Sexual stuff?
As soon as stuff like that starts happening, it's like, wait, what the is this? And
okay. So
I've seen them a few times, but when it comes up as to what's going on.
Does what the is this? Does that equate to sexual happening in the videos?
What are you talking about?
Like basically when you're like, when you see what it is and you have to click off it, does that mean something sexual is happening to a kid and it makes you uncomfortable? Or
It just could even be something that I just, the hell is this? Not asking for, not just regular spam. That,
okay.
and it's, what the hell is this? And I don't want this.
That's fair. That's fair. But obviously, you know, I'm not talking about some kid swinging on a bench. I'm talking about kids being hurt and in a sexual way. I mean, I guess a better question is, have you had to click off of some because it was an underage kid having that you didn't want to see?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It does happen.
Okay. Got it.
Here again, as soon as I realize what it is, it's like, no, what the hell is this? I'm done with it. I don't.
Okay. Do you ever report those videos?
I reported a few on Facebook, or I usually just go in and block them.
Okay.
So because I don't want no part of it.
Okay. So sometimes you don't even report it. You just straight up are like, done. No, want nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it. No ties to it. Just like I don't even want to be known as
somebody who has that stuff. Yeah, I understand.
So I just don't even pay attention to it.
Right. Is there a chance that, again, Walmart phones are so cheap and easy to kind of get into. Is there a chance that maybe to report it or maybe to just turn it in or something? I don't know. Is there a chance maybe that
I can start reporting it and start.
Oh, I'll for sure give you my contact info for that.
Yeah.
But
but I just.
Is there a chance that some of those that some of that stuff is saved to your phone because maybe you want to report it or kind of gather it up to report or anything like that?
If I have something that I can go back into some of the old stuff and pull up, I'll send to you. But
well,
I don't know if it's. I don't go in and just. I just go through it and show you if you looked at my messages, my call logs, and all that. Mm-hmm. I don't erase. Just let it auto erase.
Okay. Well,
so I can go back and look through and see if I can find something that'll send it to you. Okay.
Well, basically, in the gallery right here, you see my gallery. Like you see just photos and all that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. Would any of those picture videos maybe be in there because maybe you wanted to gather it up to report it, or would they be in there for any reason? And I'm letting you explain why they would if they are there. So I wouldn't write you off as just saying, oh, you're collecting this type of stuff. That's the last thing I'd think of you. But would anything just kind of be saved in your gallery? Maybe we can gather it up, get rid of it. I'm willing to do that with you if there is something in there.
I don't have any reason to. So,
any reason?
Now, I'm fixing to ask this. Have you tapped my phone?
Have I tapped your phone?
Virus on my phone that you know of? Anything like that?
Nope.
Okay. Then, as far as I know, there isn't either. So, I don't know what this would be coming from.
Do you want me to do you want me to explain what it is? I can if you want. You've been transparent with me. I don't mind. I can. So basically, we don't scan the phone. We basically scan you know what an IP address is? Are you familiar?
No.
Okay. Do you have Wi-Fi on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. So all it is the Wi-Fi. So basically, when I tell you that stuff has been kind of sent, it's truly an educated guess because we just see it sent to the Wi-Fi, and if you're kind of if there's some younger accounts trying to talk to you or whatever role playing, I'm just assuming that the stuff that we detected sent to the Wi-Fi was coming to you because I don't see them role playing on Facebook or anything like that. So that was just the educated guess. Now, as for what could be on your phone, Walmart phones are very easy to get into. Does that mean we tapped it? No. But, a lot of people, especially like you, because, dude, like I said, I've come across, I got sent something obviously young, probably about January of this year on Telegram. It's always Telegram with me. I don't know, I guess not with you, but it's always Telegram with me. It looks to me a video of probably a 8 or 9 year old kind of, you know, doing inappropriate things, right? And there was 2 of them from what the guy sent me. I blocked the dude, reported him to Telegram, and I saved those 2 videos and I turned them into the proper people. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm asking, because, you know, if your phone was to get scanned, you know, it would be good to know if there's anything on there now so we can do the right thing with it before it gets scanned and then boom, you're looped in with those people. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, I'll be happy to go in and check my system and see if there's anything in there that I need to be.
Okay.
But as far as knowledgeable, I'll have to go in and make sure I don't have any kind of virus or something on my phone.
You don't have a virus, I can assure you. I can assure you of that.
I don't know where it is.
Okay, well, I guess essentially what I'm asking is, sure, they'd be on the Facebook chats, right? Because that's just, you just kind of block it, you kind of don't pay attention to it. That's one thing, and that's obviously fine. But I'm asking, would any be like on your gallery, like your photo gallery, to where maybe you're trying to collect them to turn them in, or just report them, or just kind of, I don't know. Like, what chances do you think something would be on there of kind of younger videos, underage?
To my knowledge, none.
None? Okay. That's all I'm asking. I'll take your word for it.
If anything's been shown to have been done that way, it's because there's a virus or something on my phone.
Okay.
Because I have not done none of that.
Okay. So basically, if I was, and I just want to clarify this because I'm not out to get you, but if I was just some guy trying to with you and, you know, say, oh, look, Al's this or that or whatever he is.
Boomer.
Oh, hi, baby.
Boomer, come. Here, go.
It's a cute dog. Is that like part Dalmatian, part pit bull?
Boxer and Dalmatian or something like that.
It's a Blake Griffin dog.
But like I said, I don't get into any of it.
You're right. Right. So the question was going to be, if I was just saying, oh, I don't like Al, and you know, oh, you, blah blah blah, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna prove this guy is a this and that. If I wanted to just basically find underage videos on your phone, if I was pretty much, would I find them just kind of only on the Facebook chats or whatever chats there are, rather than your phone gallery?
Well, in order for you to even have my phone, to get into my phone to find anything,
I'm not going to do it. I'm just saying hypothetically.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Nobody would be able to, because my phone usually stays on me, or every now and then I'll let somebody use it for a few minutes, and then, but.
No, I know. I'm saying hypothetically. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, or obviously. What?
People wouldn't have an opportunity to, and there would be no reason for somebody to find something like that.
No, so, I know, but say, you know.
You're sitting here trying to get me to say something, and try to tell you something that, as if you're trying to set me up on something.
Why would I be trying to set you up?
Because you keep going after this same question over and over, dude. Like you're trying to ruffle me to making it sound like I am doing something that, or you're beating around the bush about something and not being totally straight up with me either.
Okay. Well, I am gonna be straight up with you. So, basically, you got to understand where I'm coming from with this. Okay.
I totally understand where you're coming
from. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you again, because you know I just want to make sure we're on the same page. I have these messages here to Emily. I think they would probably think they're inappropriate. Most people would probably think they're inappropriate. Just looking at it just without context, right? Just reading these messages, they're probably, you know, they're probably not the best to have, right? And then we also have records of people sending your way inappropriate sexual videos of kids. All right. So to me, say I don't know who you are. Obviously, talking to you now, I know that it's kind of like a wrong place, wrong time. That happens. All right. But you got to understand, coming here, I didn't necessarily think that. You know, I thought there was a chance of that. That's why I came to talk to you. Like if you were some guy meeting little kids, that'd be a whole lot different.
So here again, if they actually knew me and you know who I am, there would be no situation like that trying to do that to me, because you automatically, how long have we been talking?
Probably 20, 30 minutes.
And how do you feel?
I trust you.
So, if somebody is trying to do that, it's because obviously they don't know me.
Right,
So,
right.
I can't control what other people try to assume and try to. Okay. But if it shows it helps, then when if I continue to get them, or when I get them, I will forward them straight to you.
Okay.
Okay, I could do that for you, but I'm not one that intentionally tries to pay attention to specific, because I don't want no part of it.
Okay. But
if it's, then I'll send to you when I get it, if I get it anymore.
right.
Okay.
Right. But I can tell you that I've been sent like that 2 or 3 times, and it looks on your end it's been sent dozens of times from these people.
There's been people that, oh, you're a friend of this one, okay. But it's not like I'm going out and looking for it and trying to find it and picking these people out to try to. I can't control what they're sending me. All I can do is block them, or from what I can find now, I'm just going to go in and completely get off my account. Because if it's, I don't pay enough of attention to it to know how frequent that it's just some random going through. No.
I know. Well, I am going to be straight up with you too. Again, but I mean, at this point, like I said, the more I trust you, the more I'll give you. You know what I mean? And I hope it's vice versa.
If
but
it helps to pay a little more attention to it and forward it to you for you to be able to do your job, I'll happily do it.
Right. So we've seen quite a lot of videos kind of sent your way of kind of underage videos. And look, the rate that you watch them is not high at all. Like, it's not like every single one you get, you're just watching the whole thing. But again, we can monitor, if it's clicked on, we can monitor how long it's watched for, this and that. There's been a few that have been watched in duration with what looks to be underage girls doing sexual things in full duration. And context matters, right? I'm not mad at you. Obviously, we all look at what we're curious about, or I'm not even curious, we all look at train wrecks, right? We all see train wrecks happening. We always slow down for those, right? I don't like train wrecks, but we all look at them. What would kind of make you watch one of these videos in full? Or why do you think you did that?
If I did, it was nothing specific. How there's been times I've been on and my phone ring and not be able to go shut down something because the phone comes up and I go to answer it. It's okay.
Well, then no, I'm not talking about that. Yeah, well, Al, I'm not talking about that. I am saying I would not be asking you if that was we go through every possible scenario, and I'm only asking you this because this is the only scenario is that it was kind of viewed and looked at and all this type of stuff because it was clicked on. The video was yay long. It was clicked off right after the video was done. So that was you watching that video. And again, I'm not calling you, I'm not saying you're anything like that, but it was watched. I'm just asking what would be the reason you'd watch a full-length underage video?
Here again, just going through random comes up, but not like I sat right there and was like, oh, well, I can't tell you exactly what all was, but it's not something that
Okay. There also looks to be some full-length videos of like animals that you watched in full.
Unless it's one of those movies, weird. What the okay, it's not that I.
Okay.
It's sometimes I'm looking through.
Well, I'm talking about sexual videos of animals sent to you. There looks to be some of those watched and all that. Can you recall?
I don't get into I recall watching a whole video of animals with anybody, or so.
Okay.
If that stuff happened, it's without my knowledge of it, because that's not the kind of stuff I get into.
Can you recall any? Because there looks to be some, and again, I'm not. No, I know you're not either. You wouldn't have that flag there if you were. That's for sure. But there looked to be some full-length videos watched as well that people sent you. No.
It's got to be some of that.
Okay. Well, you're fine.
I'm actually between me and you, so I can settle that one. Okay. When I was a child, I had very big issues with that. So that I can guarantee you was never watched on my phone.
Okay.
If it has showed up that it has been, it's because it's come from somewhere else and there's a virus on my phone.
Okay. Well, look, I'll tell you this, and I'm going to tell you right now, I apologize for doing this to you, because I apologize for doing this to you. What age range were you when you were hurt as a kid?
I was preteen.
Okay.
But I'm definitely not getting into that conversation whatsoever.
Yeah, no, that's all I'm going to ask about it. Well,
this is starting to look more and more like there's a virus on my phone.
Well, let me.
It's what they call ghosting a phone.
I'm well aware of Al. I know what that is. But listen to me.
I'm starting to think that possibly there's a situation like this going on, because there's more and more of this that you're telling me. Is more and more stuff that is like definitely not.
Well, just listen to me. I'm going to apologize to you for doing this, because the only reason I did this is because there just wasn't too much specificity of what I was being told, because I understand it's a touchy subject and all that stuff. So that was totally fake. There was no record of you actually watching any of that. But you see how when I'm like, there's a record of you watching the whole underage videos, you're kind of like not denying it, but then when it's no, what are you talking about?
Well, so it's you're starting to actually get me to where I'm really getting frustrated, and it's nothing that you're intending to do.
I know.
But okay, it sounds to me like more and more you're trying to manipulate me into something, because
just gathering the facts, big dog. That's all.
Because of apparently there's something on my phone that I don't know about, and no, I was not responding that way for a reason. Okay, I'm smart enough to know to sit here and watch and figure out your body language. Okay, and you're being straight up.
I am.
But now this whole situation is really starting to annoy me, because apparently I'm finding out that there's something on my phone that should not be on my phone.
Oh, I didn't tell you had anything saved. I just asked you if you did.
But apparently, because apparently you're telling me all this other stuff that is beyond.
No. Listen, the whole. I'm going to tell you now. And I apologize, but
I was trying to feel you out and find out who you were.
I get it. No, that's totally fair. That's totally fair.
As far as any of this is concerned, okay, I've had it happen occasionally. Okay, as you know.
Yeah.
If there's more evidence than that of it, then apparently there's a something on my phone that I'm not aware of.
Well,
so I'm going to go in and
listen.
my phone will be.
Well, listen. So again, I don't know if you caught this, but the whole thing and the whole that I said you watched, that was totally just a bluff. It wasn't actually okay. So I was just seeing, you know,
You're starting to throw out lines here and lines there and stuff and try to, okay, and now I realize.
Well, yes. So,
but as far as all that goes, okay, I don't report it. I don't have nothing to do with it. And if I click on it and it shows up, and
I'm listening.
Then. But I don't want nothing to do with any of it. If that's apparently you're saying a major situation, then I will be more than happy to save those and start sending them to you, so that you will also see that I don't want nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to help you get to the bottom of this stuff, because apparently there's more going on my phone than I'm aware of.
Well, can you see how I might think you did want something to do with them, because some of them were watched in full?
Yes, I can see what you're saying. I can understand where you're coming from, because you're just getting that side of it off the bat. Okay, so I can understand
Right, and
So-
I'm just going to tell you, I haven't heard like an answer on why you'd watch a full-length video of that stuff happening. Like you said, because someone called me, that doesn't really make sense,
Well,
obviously. But like, what was?
If it's been watched at full length,
Well,
okay.
don't if me. It did.
it wasn't a.
Were you just trying to see how bad it was, or were you trying to like, were you curious
See if it
about
was
it?
real. See if it was something that was just, or what it was.
Okay, so
If it was something that I really had honestly thought was something that was live happening or then yeah, I definitely would have reported it. But I see this kind of all the time,
Okay.
and it's finding out what. But other than that, I don't.
So I'm gonna tell you my theory. All right. I did not know that you were hurt as a kid, and that's not fair. That's what nobody should go through, and that tells me you weren't born like this. You were made into something you didn't want to be. Combine that with from the war. All right. You are doing stuff online you do not want to be doing. Okay. You know I'm right about that. I know I'm right about it. I'm not even going to argue with you about that. You're doing it online. You're watching it online you don't want to be doing. Okay. I mean, am I wrong about that or am I right?
Apparently, yes, you are correct.
I'm correct. Okay. So,
But it's
well, hold on. And you know, and a lot of people that go through this trauma. I mean, dude, you have a double dose of. It's a miracle that you are still kicking and you are still kicking at your age after going through the life you've been through. Okay. So I'll tell you this right now. I don't think you need any trouble. I think maybe some help. All right. And people make mistakes all the time in life, but it's how we address those mistakes. All right. I don't think anybody's reached out to you to help you with what happened to you as a kid. I don't think you ever got justice for it. Did you get justice for it?
no.
No, you didn't. How's the VA treated you? Like dog, right? Yeah. You don't even have to tell me.
That don't even exist.
Yeah. That's. I have people in my family who are veterans. You know, I'm too much of a coward to serve. You got bigger than I do, but you know, what would be the point anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like just fighting for Ukraine and like, you know, you have kicked, you've overcome a lot of in your life. For you to be here right now speaks to a testament of your character. Okay, so it's not the end of the world that some way somehow the internet's pulled you into some where you have this curiosity about underage girls, because it's there. It's obvious it's there. It's not. You don't need to tell me it's not, because who are you to tell me? I mean, I know this. But I'm willing to get you help for this. I'm willing to extend that olive branch out. But I would hope you would tell me kind of how this started for you online, okay? Because there's no way you look in the mirror and think, you know, I like the fact that, you know, I'm curious about kids. I'm curious about this. You don't like that.
It was not so much about the kid. It was knowing what I went through as a kid and seeing how severe it was, and see if it was something I needed to, or if it was just some random on the internet that people are passing on.
Okay.
Okay. There was times that it was like, okay, how deep is this going to go? How serious is this going to get? Do I need to actually, because of knowing what I went through?
Do you think that
And other times it comes up, you can tell it's just,
okay.
and I'll watch it for a few minutes. If it doesn't, and then I'll go away. But it's because of knowing what I went through, is
Okay.
knowing how to look at the reactions and stuff like that and tell.
Okay. So is that why is that why you've kind of viewed, because you kind of want to either pass that trauma off or just to kind of see if that trauma is being relived or something like that?
To see if it's play or if it's actually something that's
To basically see.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
basically to see if it's a dramatized or if it's a real life.
What would be the difference between the two?
A lot of times you can tell them just the way they body language, their facial expressions, especially if you've been through it.
Okay.
You know how to read somebody. Just because they're doing something doesn't mean that they're internally willing to.
Yeah.
Or they are.
Okay.
So it's just stuff like that.
So do you think you've seen videos where underage girls are straight up being just.
I'm not aware of any that would have been that I didn't take as just traumatized.
Okay, what
But being okay, the part, yes.
okay.
Okay, but the B, for the B,
Like very very forceful, like none of that.
okay. But as far as being underage, that's all okay. But like I said, it was some of the. I'll look at it and tell, okay, well, this is just it's circulating through the internet.
Okay.
Or if it starts to look more like it's somebody is actually taking this, it's sending it out physically.
Oh, as in they kid themselves and they're sending it out themselves. Is that what you mean?
Right.
Okay. How often because okay, yeah, the circulates on the internet. You can describe those videos in full detail for me, and all it would do is just gross me out because there's no way to know who it came from, right? But the videos of them, the producers doing it themselves, coming from the source, that's something we can work with. You know what I mean? And obviously, that's not you doing that. It's, you know, right? You would never do that. That's not who you are. But you know, I can kind of see as a third party, you're kind of like want to distance yourself from it while viewing it. I don't know what you went through. It's just unfathomable. And like I said, you being here is a testament to your character. But how many, we'll just call them homemade videos. Would that be accurate? You think homemade videos?
As far as what I would consider an actual homemade video, I haven't seen very many personally that were, you could tell was them right there, homemade with.
Okay. But I guess the real ones, like, you know, as in the person doing the kid themselves, how often has that popped up? Or how often have these tried to send that your way or have sent that your way?
Like I said, it may happen once a week, may happen once a month. But just at random times, I'll get random messages or just.
Okay. So this is important. So the people sending you I guess from the source videos of them as a kid, are they usually doing this to girls or little boys or?
I've seen both ways.
Little boys and girls? Okay.
But I don't pay enough to tell you, oh, there's more of this one, there's more of that one.
It's just kind of been both here and there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are a father. You did go through this as a kid. So I'm going to ask you the age question again because I understand not telling me the first time because, you know, I understand the uncomfortable, but I'm going to let you know, I'm going to look you in the eye right now, Al, and tell you I fully understand what you're going through. Well, I can't fully understand what you're going through because I didn't go through it, but I fully empathize with what you're going through. Okay, I sympathize with it, and I understand that what's happening is a result of trauma and it's a result of unaddressed trauma. Okay, it's not a result of Al being an evil person, not a result of Al being a weirdo. It's a result of you went through. Nobody stuck up that hand to help you, and here we are. And it's going to stop today, right? We're going to stop that today. I'm with you on this, man. So.
Now, I have one question.
Sure.
What do you say this involves? If I say, hey, I'll help you out, I'll throw this stuff to you, I'll work with you, okay, but what on my end were you expecting me to commit to?
Well, I'll say I wasn't really expecting you to say, I'll help you out with this. Usually it's something.
That's not.
Yeah, usually it's something like, you know, usually it's something where, you know, they have their little boy with them at home and they're doing something terrible to him. And, you know, I don't even bother to talk to them if that's the case. Or usually it's something where they try to go meet the kid for and all that. But you're truly a different case. Like, you're not like those other people at all.
Right.
Not at all.
Right.
And that's why I'm kind of having, it's like, I'm thinking that, I would bet money on it you're not like those other people. You have a problem. I'm not going to lie to you. You have a problem with underage kids, kind of being curious about it. And that's because of what happened to you. It's not because you're like that. It's because of trauma. And I'm just going to tell you straight up, that's what it is. But my only hang up, I'm 95% sure I would for sure bet on it, but we need to be more specific with who this is happening to on these videos of these girls and boys.
Personally, I don't know.
You don't know their name. Right.
So,
Well, let me finish. What race have they usually been? Like, has it been brown, white? That's something you can tell me. I wouldn't ask you something you don't know.
A lot of times I catch you being Hispanic.
Really?
Yeah.
For the boys and the girls?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's, you can usually tell, but it's random people. Sometimes I'll just get random messages out of nowhere like that, because apparently I had been on one.
Yeah, the algorithm does its weird. Right. Yeah.
So, but a lot of times I found it's been
Hispanics. Okay. Have there been any group chats where they've posted that that you were in? Like just a lot of people in one message board, or has it always been individual sending it your way?
I don't do a big group. I'm not big on a lot of people.
Not big on socializing?
Right.
Yeah, I get that.
So I don't go into a lot of the group stuff because I just don't know who. And it took me 3 years after I got home just to be able to go out in public because I don't trust people.
Okay. Well, I guess, yeah, no, that's your veteran talking for sure. But has it happened in a group that you were in online? Once, even?
It possibly has. It probably has.
Okay.
If I've been added to groups that when they come up, I don't know, swipe it, ignore it.
Okay.
And not think nothing of it, not pay no attention to it. But
right.
I don't.
Well, let me just stop you right there, because obviously it's not you joining these groups on your own. It's you getting added. Have they put you in groups with that you had to pop out of because it was that stuff?
There's been a few times, yeah.
Okay. What platform were these groups on? Like, was it on Instagram, Facebook, Telegram? Facebook?
Yes.
Just Facebook Messenger groups
Yep.
of on there?
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so you realize how I didn't ask you any of the kids' names in the videos? Like, I didn't ask you that one time, did I? Right? Because obviously, how would you even know that, right? So I only ask you fair questions. I don't know the answer to all the questions I ask you. Some of them, like asking Emily's age, I already knew that. I was just gonna see if you were honest. But I wouldn't ask you an unfair question like, oh, what's the name of the person in this video you watched 5 days ago or whatever? Right? That's not fair to you. I'm not gonna ask you some, like, what's 2 + 2?
4.
Okay, would I ask you 3 million times 2 billion and 5? No, I wouldn't ask you that because you wouldn't know that, right? I would only ask you know. So, so let's revisit the age thing on these videos. What's truly been the age ranges that they've shown of this stuff?
It's varied.
Okay,
it's varied. I don't.
What's the lowest you think it's gone? Even if it's a baby, don't sugarcoat it. I know it's not you. Baby.
Most part, maybe early teen or preteen. That but I don't know.
Just if that's your best guess.
Right.
Okay. So would it be fair to say that you've tried to send your way videos of 11 and up, videos of 11 years old, 12 years old and up?
That possibly quite fair to say, yeah.
Okay, that's a fair assessment.
It's popped up.
Okay.
Here again, I haven't really.
Right. If you were a man, is that what you would bet on?
Fair to say, yeah.
Okay. Would you place a bet on there being videos of 5-year-olds they sent you?
If they have, it's not ones that I've been.
I'm just asking the youngest you've seen personally.
Pretty much the youngest ones I can recall seeing is like preteen.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take your word for it. How long are these videos usually of these kids? Like ballpark.
I've seen some go for 30 seconds. I've seen some go for a minute. It varies.
Okay.
Don't.
Fair enough. So would you say it's mostly the kids by themselves, or mostly an adult with them, or mostly 2 kids, or?
Give or take.
What does that mean?
It's some of this, some of that.
It's been all of that type
right,
of stuff. Okay.
Just people sending out stuff, seeing if they can get a return or a response or stuff like that.
Okay.
So
No. Yeah, that makes sense. So you would say it's mostly Hispanic, though?
From what I've caught on to, mostly is it's.
Yeah, That seems to be a common trend. Anything you've seen with like Indian or Russian, you think, or?
There could be some of it but for the most part, I've seen the Hispanic, the Caucasians,
Okay.
African Americans. I mean, all Asians mixed in.
So these are just sick.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But it's just random.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you again. You've been very, very honest with me, and I get it. Telling me the whole thing immediately would make you a sociopath. And obviously, you're not that. I get it's uncomfortable to talk about, but I do want to ask again because, again, the olive branch thing, right? You help me, I'll for sure help you. By God. Let's revisit those videos that could be potentially on your phone. What chances? And if it's zero, it's zero. I won't ask again. I'm just seeing how honest we are. It's a buddy system.
Here again, I don't always go in and delete my messages and stuff. If there's some of them from...
No. I mean, how many would be saved to your phone gallery that we would have to get rid of? Yeah.
If they're being saved to anything, it's not me saving them.
Okay. Have you ever noticed that some have been saved to your gallery that you had to get rid of, or has that never happened?
Actually, there has been once or twice from a certain person.
Okay. What got
now
saved?
Now that you bring it up, just random videos and stuff that...
Of kids?
Just random... It's like, maybe they went in to do something on my phone and looked at this and it come up. Okay. But I know one person that every now and then when he uses my phone, something weird comes up.
Interesting. How long ago did that happen? They had to delete those?
Last time I saw him has been a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago. How many times do you think you've had to delete something like that from your phone gallery, like child off there?
A few times, two, 3 times.
Okay.
But it's just like going on. I popped on my internet to go in to search something and site pop up from too. So
yeah,
it's been just red.
So yeah. So by phone gallery, we mean like in the photo thing, right? Like you have to delete. Did you have to delete child like your like photos and all that type of stuff?
Oh, my phone itself?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. Not that I have found on my phone at all. So,
okay. So it's just been in messages, not on your actual
messages
phone. Okay.
or internet or
all right,
something like that, but
that makes sense.
Not actually off of my Sims card or my SD card type.
Yeah, like not on your photo gallery.
Right.
Okay. Got it.
Right.
No, that's fair. That makes sense. Interesting stuff. Give me a timetable of about how long ago they started kind of sending you this child stuff, like on Facebook or these other apps, like it, because it didn't happen yesterday, obviously. So
no.
how far back?
It's been going on. It pretty much. I've noticed it here within the last year or two. It's gone to more of a dating site or something like that than what it used to be. Facebook used to be where you go in, you talk to friends, you check out online.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've had my account for a long time, and I'm not on it constantly, but when I get on it, I've noticed like the suggestions are more of these girls that are just out flaunting themselves, stuff like that, more than a family atmosphere type like it used to be.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
So it's like it pops up on my phone as, or I'll get added to a group or something like that, and just random, and it's like, but it doesn't have. I've noticed it happening more and more over the last couple of years.
Really? Okay. So it's kind of, you think the problems got worse, like with the online?
Here recently, yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Have you ever felt like you've needed help for anything like this, or at least needed someone to talk to about like, hey man, I got these feelings, I don't want to have these feelings, what can I do? Honestly, I mean, I'm here right now.
About what had happened, yes. About what we're talking about, it's been more of a figuring out, we always need help on
With every, yeah, no, I need help with too,
So-
yeah.
But with what has happened to me, I haven't reached out to anybody because when I tried to, I got slammed, and
Slammed in what way?
my own family members were denying it and sticking up for the other person. Stuff like that.
That's not fair.
So,
So is a relative. I see. That's does anybody here know about what happened to you? No, so that's something you keep bottled up. Okay. So I'm starting to understand now how, and I'm not saying it's the right thing to do to go message kids or view child. It's not, I mean, obviously you know that's not right, but I'm not saying it makes it right, but I'm saying it gives it an explanation for why it could be happening, because you don't have anywhere to channel the trauma. You don't have anywhere to channel. You don't have anyone to basically get this off your chest about. So in some twisted way, you just do it online. And I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying whatever, but that's just what is happening. And we need to change that, So, and I'm going to ask you a very personal question. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to, but it would kind of help me help you. When did you start to notice kind of what happened to you as a kid? You started to be curious about that and start maybe having that curiosity towards kids. Like, how old were you when that happened? Like, where you're the adult now, you're curious about the kids yourself. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but just...
It's not so much being curious about doing something to the child.
Uh-huh.
It's more of a... Is this something that would be normal? Is this something that people like to do? Is this something that they're being forced into, or type thing, more than it is a
more just trying to better understand your own situation. Right. I get that. Okay.
Right.
So when did that start then? Like, when did you start to try to better understand your own situation?
When I started seeing more and more of this pop up.
Okay.
And it's like, wait a minute, there's more and more that happens.
Yeah.
It's become that common.
Right. How does that make you feel?
Actually, I'm sad. It makes me feel bad that society's gone that way.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever feel guilty after watching any of these videos?
I actually feel bad for the whole situation.
Yeah.
Okay. And I feel bad that it's like this is common.
Right.
And should they really be doing this, or is this just all faked and all played out, or stuff like that? It's like, are they actually physically doing this, or are they just portraying it to put it out there for people to get into it?
Well, it seems like it's so common that it can't all be faked.
That's what I have. You can, like I was saying, you can look in their facial expressions and on their look in their eyes, the body language
Of the kids.
right,
Okay.
and tell if it's dramatized or if it's something that's...
So, educate me on this, because I'm a pretty big know-it-all. I think I'm always like,
Honestly, dude, unless you've been through it and you know what it feels like in here, and you know how you reacted, and it's hard to explain. It's one of those things that I was being made to do something, but if I said anything about it, I was the one that was ridiculed. I was the one that... So I just had to go along with it.
in your case.
So, but you can tell if you read somebody, if they're just going along with it because they feel that they have to for their own safety, or if they're being forced and they're really trying, or if it's something, okay, well, we'll just...
So these people have posted some videos where it's where you can kind of tell like the kid is just going along with it to just not be in trouble or to just not get further hurt.
There's been a few of them that have come up that way.
Okay.
When you go to look into it, it's either a dead end or it's a website that who knows where it's coming from.
Yeah. So try your best to explain. I don't care if you don't have the best explanation for it. Just try your best if you want to. What are some of those facial expressions you can see where they are being forced to kind of do it? Like, what can you tell with that? I know I'm not going to fully understand it, but just try your best to help me understand.
A lot of times it's in their eyes.
What can you see with that?
Okay. You go home to your wife. You walk in the door, you look at her face, you can tell if she's happy or if she's sad, if there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Kind of along the same thing.
Okay.
It kind of give you the, if you know what that feels like, what that looks like, and you can see it just because you know, but I wouldn't be able to walk in and see your wife and tell her if she's okay because I don't know.
Right.
So it's one of those things of, you can't really explain it, I can't really describe it, but after so long of being through it, it's just...
You just know.
That's like being a brother. Okay, you can't know what we went through unless you were there with us.
Yeah.
So, and we know how to read each other to tell just by the way we're acting, if something's wrong or if something's right, or it's just one of those things that you can't describe unless you've been through it.
Makes sense. So these were okay. Well, thank you for helping me try to understand better. I mean, I'm definitely more educated than I was before coming here. I appreciate you giving me the insight. That shows me that you are not on the team of these.
No, it's more of a trying to figure out what's going on with society. My stepdaughter went through something with her biological father.
Yeah.
It's trying to, because of what I've experienced, read these things and figure out what's more of a curiosity of what are these people going through, what are these people thinking, how could they, is it really something that type thing more than it is going, oh, they're doing this to a, no, it's more of a, how can these people do it? You've got to get into their heads to be able to, and I just, how can I read somebody to know they're doing that before they come out and, if I'd have known what my stepdaughter was going through long before, I would have been able to do something. So it's more of a, what can I do here to...
So essentially, like, you viewed child because it's like kind of an educational purposes, or kind of like a more to understand in a way?
Right, kind of like forensic psychiatrist.
Yes, of course.
They'll watch an interview and just to figure out, to be able to predict it in the next person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so if I see something brings up that, I know what I'm looking for, or I know it's more of a, how could I go in and stop this from somebody else happening? Is this person doing this and faking this and talking like this because they're doing it to their own kid and they're acting like their kid?
Yeah.
Or is it the actual child is online? Or
that's communicating with you?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, because people can act like, okay, you could act like a 12-year-old.
Right.
But now are you actually doing it because that's what you're really doing to your 12-year-old? Or is it actually this 12-year-old that's talking because they're being put through this?
So how common is it then for these accounts of little girls to kind of message you, whether it's the little girl themselves or the guy? Like, how often does it happen?
I probably talked to maybe a handful, 34.
How old did they say they were?
Well, it
Well, yeah, Emily.
range
Okay,
up-
so like 11, 12, 13.
up into teenage.
Okay.
Okay. It's like I said, it's more of a, is this really happening? Is this something I need to make somebody else aware of?
Yeah,
Or is
yeah,
it somebody out here playing and trying to manipulate because they're doing it to somebody?
Well, you said these could be adults doing this to their own daughter. What makes you think that from those messages?
Because
Not Emily, just the other ones that
because
talked to you.
I've known of times that
Well, I guess
people
what
contacted other people to.
well, I guess what have they said in the messages to make you happening?
Well, it's just from experience of over the years of different things I've gone through and seen. And
Well, sure, but if they're
it's
saying
more of
stuff
a-
like,
it's more of a, well, not so much they're specifically coming right out and saying, but it's well, I've seen this happen, so is this what's happening, or is it this, or is it just somebody that's out saying all this stuff but sitting at home on the computer in their mama's basement?
right. Well, I guess the question is, if this 12-year-old was telling you, oh, I had chicken nuggets just now, you wouldn't think, oh, she's being abused or anything. That wouldn't really give you an indicator. But what have these younger accounts, like, what have they told you to give you an indicator? Hey, they could be kids being abused, or this could be something. Like, have they talked sexually to you? Is that what makes you think that way? Or?
It's not that. It's asking questions or
Yeah, like what did they ask? Yeah, stuff
Just-
like that.
I've had a couple of them. Well, hey, I have this. You want to buy content or stuff like
They
that?
try to sell you their.
It's like no, I don't.
Okay.
Okay, I've had them go, well, just chit chat and try to drop subtle hints of if that's what you want to do, or okay,
Like subtle hints about stuff.
but just about random.
Okay.
So it's just more of a, well, let's see, let me see if this is what's really going on, or
Yeah. Well, let me pose this question to you, and again, don't feel like you have to answer it, but this could be an interesting one. When they try to offer you to buy their content, have you ever bought it just out of curiosity to see what it was? No. Okay.
I don't pay for it. I'm not going to put myself out there like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't do anything as far as, I don't even pay my bills or nothing online. I pay everything cash. I don't have banks. I don't buy anything that anybody's trying to sell, or my dad got set up by an undercover cop
For
somebody trying to sell pictures.
yeah.
Well, he used to be a cop, so he went along with it, got her information, all that. Come to find out she was an undercover cop, but the pictures were really of her niece. After everything was said and done, we proved my dad's innocence. She went to prison. The other main arresting officer went to prison, and the judge was taken off the bar.
Really?
So I've been through a lot of different things when it comes to this. So it's more of a trying to figure out, is it real? Is it just online? So I sat right there and watched the whole thing happen when they did that to my dad.
Mm-hmm.
There's, like I said, there's other things that I've learned over the years, and I've learned how to. So it's not I wanted to run out and get a hold of a child.
Yeah.
Are these people really getting a hold of this child?
Right.
Or are they just throwing this out there? Is it really an adult portraying? Is it really the child? And then when I figure out, okay, well, then I guess it's more of a curiosity thing that once I've settled my curiosity, I'll move on.
Okay.
More of a trying to analyze and figure out what could be doing this to people.
Have you ever, do you think your curiosity with any of these videos has gone overboard to where you're like, now you're kind of sexually curious about these videos?
Not physically, personally, directly. I've never tried to agree to and go and meet with somebody.
Sure.
I've never, okay, so it's not a direct personal interest as far as me going and doing that. It's just trying to cope and figure out how these people could do this to people.
Well, has anybody, I guess, ever accused you of kind of doing anything like this in person before, or?
Nobody that knows me, no. Nobody that I've been around that actually truly knows me has ever accused me of doing anything with a child.
Okay.
They know me, they know that's, I'll stand up against you to protect your own child.
Sure.
Okay. But then again, I will also sit here and go, wait a minute, well, I'm kind of getting, let me see if I can fill this out, see or if it's just an odd vibe.
Well,
if it's just a bunch of
I guess have any strangers ever accused you of anything like this before? Like strangers said, "Oh, this guy put his hands on me," or anything like that?
No, I've never been accused of touching anything.
Good. That's good.
Never, not even an insult.
That's good.
That's not me.
Got it. No, that's good. Well, I do want to get you help, man. I think, I know you're not one of those people who just cries about everything, and you're not that type. But do you mind if I get my main phone and get your number on there?
I can give you a phone number, yeah.
Okay.
I can give you my phone number.
All right, I'll be right back. Mind if I just go to the car real quick?
Now, do you have a card?
Yeah.
Of your own?
Yeah.
I would like your card.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be right. Give me like 2 seconds. Can you hand me my iPhone, please? They said they were on the way.
Yeah, the live, you like click that or whatever.
Got it. Yeah, I just went live on this phone right now, but they should.
On Instagram?
No, just on Rumble, but they should be. Hillsdale's only 8 minutes away.
Yeah, well, they said they were on the way.
Okay, yeah, I'll be close. All right. Did you describe the property to them like that? They like drive up and. Yeah, I'll probably think they were down. Here, let me. Here, go ahead and text yourself on this. Just here, I said hi. Go ahead and just text yourself. Add yourself as contact here. Now, okay. So as for the card, I just checked. I don't have any, but however, kidprotectorsusa.com. That's our website, and it has.
Is there anything you can write your name and a contact?
Yeah.
You personally.
Yeah.
Any way of identifying you with the association, or so that due diligence, dude. I'm not.
I know. Trust but verify.
I would much rather know what I'm dealing with, know who I'm dealing with, and be happy to help take care of this, because it's apparently getting severe. Yeah.
I sent you the website link. There is a guy who I'm going to call here real quick. His name is Gunther. And he's a student of mental health. He's not a therapist quite yet, but hey, Gunther.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. We're here with Al, and unfortunately, he was hurt as a kid. And I just kind of want, you know, I don't want you to talk to him for too long, but maybe just introduce yourself to him as a.
Yes. Hi, Al. I'm happy to see that Mr. Flowers from Kid Protectors USA is there with you. My name is Gunther, and I'm a student of mental health, and I'm hoping that I can help you. How are you feeling right now, Al?
Well, right now my is actually acting up because I've got a gentleman that is being really polite and really okay, but then I've got 2 strangers sitting over here in the vehicle that,
Well, they're with me.
but they don't even want to roll the window down far enough for me to see their faces. Nothing like that. They only crack that window just enough. Okay.
Do you want to go meet them? You can.
You got to put yourself in my shoes, dude.
Yeah. You can go meet them.
Okay.
That is Pablo and Alfredo. They're good people.
I'm ex-military. I'm prior combat. It just.
Are you here, Al?
I'm 100%.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, I have dealt with this type of situation many times, and Mr. Flowers only contacts me when he's dealing with the best people that he sees some redeeming qualities in. How old was the decoy involved with your case?
Emily.
From what I'm understanding, she was 11.
Okay, now I have dealt with much younger age. Mr. Flowers has dealt with much younger ages than that now. So I don't want you to feel like this is something that you can't discuss openly. Let's just stay calm and relaxed, because all this is a discussion about your mental health.
I understand that, and I would don't have a problem contacting you and doing this. But right now, I'm in a place that I don't feel comfortable just coming out right now with all this, because some people around me don't have a clue.
Oh yeah, no, they're not. They're not
talking
predictable.
about coming out of the closet?
No.
All right, now listen, there's a group of locals community that's...
What's this?
Did one of your relatives call them?
You think you could take full
Hold on a
accountability
second.
for us, Al?
Hold on a second.
Yes, sir.
What's this?
I'm not sure. Gunther, here,
Are you vaccinated for COVID?
Yeah, are you vaccinated for COVID, Al?
That's not.
Are you on Grindr?
There's no.
I'm going to give you my best help.
I'm walking away at the time because there's nothing.
Real quick, talk to us for a
HIV
minute.
status, please.
May I ask what this is concerning?
Come over.
No.
Don't be running away.
Wait, here, Gunther. I think we have to talk to the
Steve,
cops.
You're threatening me, please.
I'm not
Please.
threatening you.
I'm
Gunther, I think we gotta talk to the cops.
Listen,
Okay.
Police.
I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Okay. I don't know who called you.
Bye.
I don't know.
That's why I'm here to try to talk to you, okay?
I haven't done anything that.
Okay, I'm not saying you did. But we need to talk so we get it figured out. Okay?
I don't know.
So can you tell me your name?
May I ask what this is about?
You know what it's about.
Well, yeah, we're just here having a conversation. Basically, you're not going to message any 11-year-olds again, are you?
No.
That's your last time doing it, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you're not going to.
I didn't even. When I realized that's what was going on, I
Yeah.
walked away from
And
it.
you're not going to watch Child again, are you?
No.
That's your last time previously?
I was trying, like we've discussed.
Right,
this,
you were just doing it for educational reasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
Right. Like,
So, well, what's your name?
My name is Ed.
Al? What's your last name, Al? You live up here then? I've never dealt with you before, so I'm just asking.
Yes.
right in this camper.
Any ID, Al?
No, I don't.
No driver's license, no nothing?
No, sir.
His name is actually Al, though. We like verified that.
And like I was telling him, I didn't know that any of this was rough. So I don't know what's going on. I was talking to him, and now I'm being threatened and walked up on for no
I mean,
reason.
no one's threatening you.
But I'm feeling
How
threatened
do you-
because you keep.
No, I'm
not
trying to
going
get your name.
anywhere. Al.
Spell it for me, will you?
A-L.
What's your middle name?
Middle initials F.
And your last name?
Please don't walk up behind me.
I'll stay right here. Yeah, what's your date of birth? You've been in Michigan for a while then? Like you born in Michigan?
No, I was not. I've been up here for about 5 or 6 years.
Are you licensed out of Michigan then?
No, sir. I haven't gotten a driver's license up here.
It's out of Texas.
You live in Texas, or are you from Texas then?
Yes.
Al, which one of these places is yours? Or which one are you staying at?
I live on the property.
Where are you sleeping at?
On the property.
He's at this one right here. Just kind of or should no, I'm sorry, it's that one right there. That's it. With that little slanted thing.
Here then, Al? You live here then, right here?
I live on the property.
Are you talking about this first Franklin?
Yeah, the Franklin right there. Yep. Like the door was knocked on, he came out of that one.
So Al, why are we here? Can you tell me that?
I don't know.
You were just talking.
I was talking to him because there was been some sort of confusion, some sort of, and I was talking to him to figure out what was going on. So I had no idea why y'all were here. I haven't.
So you were talking to him to figure out what's going on.
What he approached me with.
Okay, what did he approach you with?
Maybe these might give you a better idea, officer.
Al, can you tell us why is he here?
Because of a conversation that was being had that was under misunderstanding.
Okay.
And was something that I thought was one way, and then come to find out it was something else, so I walked away from it.
All right. So I mean, we need to get your side. We need to figure out what's going on so we know. All right. So conversation over what? On person, over
No.
text, over phone, what?
Over Messenger on Facebook.
Facebook Messenger. And who were you messaging that ended up being the wrong person?
She told me her name was Emma, but I don't know if that's actually her true name or not.
Or where was Emma from? Any idea?
She was telling me she was from Hillsdale.
Hillsdale. All right. So how'd you become friends with her? Or did you add her and see her?
Come up on Facebook as
may know or something? Or?
yeah, it popped up as a message on my messenger. And
oh, she added you first?
I didn't
message you first, or?
It was all popped up on my Facebook, and just started talking to make new friends. And when I found out what was going on, I didn't want nothing to do with it.
All right. So, how long did it take for you to find out her age? How long were you talking until? Like how long? When did you start talking to her? Say, let's go there.
I don't remember exactly.
Take a guess. I mean, months, a year, weeks?
Probably a couple weeks.
Weeks. Okay. So she messaged you first. It popped up your Facebook Messenger, and you started messaging, you guys talking back and forth, right?
Right.
And what are you guys talking about?
Just hanging out, getting to know each other, being friends, and stuff like that. And she invited me to come over to meet her.
Okay.
And when she actually verified that she was underage, I was like, I just stopped talking to her.
So after she said she was underage, how old was she then? How old did she say she was?
From what she told me, she was, that says 11. So, like, I was thinking 11 or 13 is what she said. That's
11 to 13, is that what you said?
Yes. This is when she told me how old she actually really was that age.
So did she tell you a different age at first, or did she not say age at all? You guys started talking?
We were talking, and it was just the conversation of something I thought was different than what it really was.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think it really was that. When I found out it was, then good conversation.
All right.
We said our age in our first message to him.
The age?
Yep.
First message?
Yep.
And what was the age? When they sent you the first message, what was the age?
He messaged us first, then we told him our age immediately.
So I was under the impression that it was a total different type of conversation. I didn't know.
So you messaged the girl first. She said her age, which was, you know, she told you the age, which was, what
11.
was it? 11, okay. And then what happened from there?
It was just I thought it was a generic conversation of just talking. I didn't know that for sure that who it was until she tried to get me to meet her.
But I'm gonna make it clear that the first message was her telling you the age. Is that correct? I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Okay. You keep changing up on me now. All right.
Because I'm making me really nervous.
Okay. Well,
I'm not.
Listen, I'm here.
All right, guys, I just went live off my phone.
Okay,
The signal sucks here,
I'm
so.
trying to
I
talk.
was talking about something, and it was a conversation about. Thought it was.
What were you guys talking about?
I thought it was just a conversation
About
her,
all right.
and it was just a. I thought it was a play around, random talk conversation.
Okay, it's called Wi-Fi,
when I
Penny.
realized that that's what it really was. If she wanted me to meet her, I was like, no. I just stopped messaging him, stopped talking to him. I thought it was a generic conversation, and I didn't know it was a legit. They were trying to get me to do something physically and come meet them and all that. No.
So, how long did you guys talk before you, like, how long, you said you've been talking, how long?
Off and on, I think we talked a couple of weeks altogether.
I mean, what do you guys talk about for the week?
Hanging out, being friends, getting to know each other, chilling, watching movies, stuff like that.
Alright. Did you talk sexual at all?
There was no direct sexual insinuations at all.
It wasn't?
Hug, a kiss, maybe cuddle, stuff like that. No direct. Where?
Taking a.
You talk about that?
I didn't mention that, but it was a random thing for me to say. But it wasn't any. Here again, that was totally like, it's just a generic.
Alright, well listen. Let's do is get this figured out. Don't be dodging back and forth. Obviously, you said he has all the messages printed out, I take it?
Yeah. He read through them already.
You know, the sergeant has the message right now. And let's not avoid it.
I've been more than willing and cooperating and trying to say I'll do whatever I can to help him and stuff like that. So I'm not trying to find out who all some of this is going on with this.
Yeah, Al, like, tell about the people who sent you child.
It just random pops up on Messenger or on my phone like that. Just people from that I have no idea who they are or where
So people sending you this stuff? Like random people?
It just.
Or what do you mean? Like on your internet browser? Like it pops up? What do you mean?
Yeah, on the internet or
my God.
I do a group on Messenger that I have no idea who they are, and I'll go in to see what's going on and just leave and not paying no mind and just like that. But it's nothing that I'm actually going out and doing or anything like that. I didn't go finding it, looking for it or anything like that.
Yeah, guys, sorry for trying to find signal in a terrible signal environment. I'll be sure to not do it again. My bad, guys.
I don't get on social media a whole lot. When I first started on Facebook, it was a family thing, and then all of a sudden it's all this, and it's like, where are they getting? So,
I mean, no one's getting. I mean, you add in young girls and boys. I mean, that's the first step wrong, right? I mean, you know that. You're a grown man. You have kids.
Yeah, guys, I know it's rainy and there's trees, but Starlink would have totally worked here, guys.
it's not
my bad, bros.
No one time.
You're right. Starlink would definitely work with this overhead canopy and the clouds and rain. You're right. My bad. I don't know what I'm talking about. I only have Starlink.
When I realized it truly wasn't mine, I stopped the conversation.
Crazy.
But you're changing up on me.
No, I'm not.
And it totally won't be on locals within a few days at most. The whole catch.
off of Facebook.
Of what age?
But I didn't realize she really was that. And when I did, then I stopped talking
told
to
you.
her.
No, listen, you're changing up on you. She told you she's 11 and ready to start, right? And then now you're saying that you stopped talking to her right away, but then you told me you talked for 3 weeks.
Sure did. I thought it was a just random talking. Somebody trying to portray type of conversation.
Okay.
And then when I found out it truly was that person, or was, I quit talking to him.
Okay.
I didn't know at first that it really was that.
So you added her. You said she's 11. You didn't believe it. You didn't think she was 11, right? Is that what you're saying? So you guys kept talking for a few weeks. You did 3 weeks. You guys talked.
Roughly, yeah.
Okay.
And then she was like, well,
how'd you figure out she was 11 years old? Or that you believed it? At what point did it make you believe that she's 11?
honestly, I'm like, somebody right here, she's trying to invite me over to her house while her mom's gone. Stuff like that. Something doesn't seem right, so I don't want to go over there, and I just quit talking to her.
You got your phone on you?
No.
Alright, well, hang tight, alright?
Yeah, guys, so I don't know, the signal booted out immediately. But as you see, guys, we're in like the middle of nowhere in Michigan right now, so like, bear with us. But yeah, so he identified as knowing who Emily was, and God, we were probably talking to him for like, what time is it? Like probably 2 hours, and we're talking to him for like 2 hours. And he ends up admitting to CP, but it was tough to get it out of him. Like he wasn't really denying it, but he was more like beating around the bush a lot, and not like kind of identifying. And he threatened to end the conversation multiple times, but I just kind of kept him here very calmly. And yeah.
Not at the moment.
Why is that?
Because I don't think that I haven't physically done anything wrong, and when I realized what was going on, I quit with the conversation.
Yeah, this full catch will of course be on local, so you can see the whole interview. So join up.
The biggest thing is recognizing the mistake. Standing up and being a man and saying you made a mistake. You're not doing that with me.
Yes, I am.
You're still lying about knowing her age and stuff.
That's honestly the impression I was under for the beginning of that conversation.
All right.
And it wasn't until the conversation went further and further that I started thinking more and more, maybe this person really is that age. But
so
it wasn't going out to find somebody.
Were you gonna meet her then at her house?
No.
You never said once you were gonna.
Well, I'll come by. They just dropped it at that.
So I will come by. Technically, I mean, where's she live at? Where does she live?
She lived in Hillsdale.
You don't know address though? Top of your head.
I don't remember.
Hillsdale County, Osseo, Michigan.
I've been told general addresses by other people too online, trying to calm people out.
So you told her you could maybe drop by. You said. Well, what?
That's well, maybe I can drop by.
What was the plan there? Drop by, do what?
Nothing. I wasn't going to go by. Never planned to go by.
You didn't talk about.
I didn't physically plan to go over there.
Did you guys talk about hanging out and stuff?
We talked about hanging out and stuff like that, but I never physically planned to go over there. I never once got up and said, "Oh, I'm going over there."
You ever You don't have a driver's license, I take it?
No, I don't.
You don't. How are we gonna get there?
Only way I have to get around is I don't have a vehicle, I don't drive, I walk everywhere I go.
Did you tell her where you live then, I take it?
Told her I lived in this area. I didn't give her an exact address.
How did you get here?
Just truthfinder.com. Yeah.
Yeah. So
You got anything on your pockets?
I've got a cigarette lighter, I've got a pocket knife on my side.
You mind if I pull it out real quick while we're talking? I'm asking you, I mean,
No, I don't mind.
it's okay?
It's right there for your safety.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So, I'll pull it out, right? So, you mind if I pay down to us for a weapon? You got any other weapons on you?
No, I don't.
Well,
Alright, so.
he got pretty comfortable with me. You'll see in the interview. Yeah.
I'll sit on the porch, yeah. So, with the issue with the phone, I mean, if you're getting pop-up sites and stuff, it's best to show us. People are sending you stuff. If you're not doing it, you need to show us that you're not doing it, okay? You said that people can send you messages and stuff about the pop-ups of what? What are the pop-ups exactly?
Just random
What though? I'm asking you.
different things. I've got pop-ups for women trying to sell themselves. I've got pop-ups for different things.
I want to know though. You said women selling what? What else? Men selling themselves?
Yeah,
Okay.
all that kind of stuff.
What else?
Random people that I've supposedly you may know or like that.
Where's the child man?
There was no percent, was there? It was they were sending me that I was.
Well, you said you could tell in the videos the kids were being from the look in their eyes. And adults were like doing it to them, child videos. I mean, I have the whole clip to play for the officer if you don't want to tell him.
Right. Didn't you also? See, I knew. I just had a gut feeling.
Well, ha 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 ha.
I need to talk to you. So please,
Okay. We can go talk. We can sit in the back of my car so we're not getting rained on.
I would rather not go in the car.
Or we can sit in the edge. I mean, we keep the door open if you want. I'm not saying you're on the rest of the time, but
We can go over that
Okay.
direction, but I don't want every video.
Yeah, I'll back away. Shh. You can cut the camera off for now. I mean, it's not going to pick up any audio from them anyway. Here, I can. Yeah, they're just going to talk over there. We'll just talk to you all.
And, you know, you suspected that this guy was probably he had this app called Telegram, which they used to trade pretty often. And he never sent us any on it. But, you know, he was sexual in the messages, ended up not talking to us. But I think he said a lot of sexual but, yeah. Poachers. Last thing. He said he was very vague with what he said until like probably the last 30 minutes of me talking to him where he just was like, okay, I got
If you want to support the predator poachers catching the sickest both near and far, go to the pinned comment. If you're on Rumble, press the red join button to see over 30 videos early and uncensored for only $10 a month. We can't do this without your help, so join our locals.